Hey everyone, we're live. Welcome to Classic Sitcom Salon. It is March 14th, 2023. And so every month this year, we're bringing you a classic sitcom. It might be like a deep cut, or it might be something that everybody knows but just loves. But tonight, we found an extra deep cut in the unaired, unsold pilot starring Bette Davis, produced by Aaron Spelling. And it's written by Cy Howard and Mark Crowley, not because maybe we all know them as household names like the others, but it's such a great script that I have to mention them. And so this was a pilot called The Decorator, starring, starring Bette Davis, and Aaron Spelling produced it. And the it was really it's you know ahead of its time in that it's very much shot like a modern sitcom where it's not a 3 camera setup within the studio. um and the concept was that Bette Davis plays this interior decorator, as you'll see. um and then every week they were going to have some celebrity guest star play her client for the week. So in this episode, it's Ed Begley, but this never aired. It never sold. It would be amazing to think who else would have been on this show. All right. So what we're going to do, my friends and I, my very talented friends and I, are going to do a live reading of this pilot script for you. And then we're going to chat about it. So if anybody has any trivia about it, please drop it in the comments, because we would love to learn about it, and we can chat about it after. So please, if you have any trivia, it's always fun to know Bette Davis trivia, no matter what, or about this 1960s pilot specifically. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to introduce you to the cast. Eben, hello. Eben's watching. I'm going to introduce you to the cast. We have Sally Dymick, who is going to play Viola, and also Mrs. Mabel Connors. We have Albin Urbano, who's going to play Jimmy. We have Tim Beamer as Liz, the decorator, the Bette Davis role. And then here joining us is the comedy team of Theo and Kevin Kolak. And Theo is going to play the little girl who's has a great start-off scene with Liz. And then Kevin is going to be our guest star, our Ed Begley tonight. He's going to play Judge Connors. And I'm going to play the taxi driver. And speaking of, Danielle Dragoni is stuck in internet traffic. She's going to join us as well and play the role of Missy Lou. So I think, we could sit here and make a little synopsis, but I think it's fun to just let this all play out. It's such a great, fun script. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my friends who are going to put on a little play for you right here. So let me get them into the dressing room, and we are going to get started with the Bette Davis pilot, The Decorator.
Oh my goodness, what did she leave in the car? What kind of party was this? She's got a water filter. She had a thing of sauerkraut. Oh my God, she left her jewels in her beaded gown over here. Oh my God, what are they making soup in there? What is she doing with making such a mess? Oh my goodness, I'm bringing all this into the house with her fur coat and hanging everything up and everything. Oh, all right, here's the door. What's this say? Oh, anyone who knocks on this door before noon better have a bloody good reason. Good morning, boss lady. Time to get up. Hangover, eh?
Oh, my head feels like an old combat boot.
Must have been some party.
Oh, it was a divine party. I liked everything about it after the second martini, especially something British with a lot of grey going on for him in the temples.
Well, my dear, we are broke. Unreasonable as it may seem, we've got to go to work now, today. I am going to open the curtains, and I will give you 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Vi, I promise.
I'll give you. Go ahead.
I promise to accept the next client that comes along.
Good, because he's going to be here at noon.
Who will be here about noon?
An Oklahoma millionaire. He flew into town this morning. He asked me to set up an appointment with you. An appointment with you. Oh, come on! Pull yourself together. Throw on a wig. Jump into some heels.
You throw on a wig and jump into some heels. I'm going back to sleep.
1, 2.
All right, I'm up. I'm up.
All right. Good. Back to work.
Vi, do you think my type is going to come back?
Oh, Liz, will you please get dressed?
Oh, very well, Viola.
Thank you.
Oh, little person. Are you real? Am I seeing things?
Oh, I'm sorry if I scared you. I was just peeking.
Oh, you are real.
Oh, you're not mad at me, are you?
Oh, heavens no. All girls peek. Oh, what a lovely, sunny day.
Yes, I like to play in the sun and build houses in the sand. I was building my house right down there when I started to look at your house and wondered.
What kind of person lives in that big house?
How did you know?
Well, I was a little girl once, and I used to peek through windows. It was my favorite game.
I like that game.
I still do.
Would you like a peek at my house?
Sure. Let's trot on down to that beach and take a peek. Oh my, it's very pretty. Is it colonial or Regency?
It's a castle.
Ha ha! Of course it's a castle. How idiotic of me. Well, if it's a castle, it must have a moat. We'll dig a moat.
Don't touch my house.
Oh, don't be silly. If it's a castle, we should have a moat.
My castle hasn't got a moat.
Well, this is going to have one before I'm finished.
But I don't want a moat. It's my house.
I don't care if it's your house. It will have a moat if I want it to have a moat.
But why must I listen to you?
Because I am a decorator.
I don't need a decorator.
Don't be absurd. Everyone needs a decorator.
Can I fix you some breakfast?
Breakfast? Breakfast is a meal designed for ditch diggers and drum majorettes. I, though you may have sometimes thought au contraire, am neither. Any mail?
Yes, in fact, there is. Oh, dinner invitation to Charles Boyer's cocktail party on Saturday for Harper's Bazaar, and about 37,000 bills. This is just 1/18th.
Well, what are the damages? Break it to me gently.
All right. A king's ransom for the end of the job presents you insist on giving your clients. They're supposed to pay you, you know.
Vi, I've asked you not to go into that again.
A threatening notice from Saks Fifth Avenue about one beaded evening gown, which incidentally I found lying in a heap over there on the floor this morning.
Well, you know, I've got to get a maid.
You've got to get a job. Ding dong. Oh my God, that could be the answer to all our problems.
Not unless it's Cary Grant.
He won't even help. You keep our little agreement. You've got to get a job. You keep our little agreement utmost in that dissolving brain. Remember, no matter what you think of him, think money.
Well, howdy.
Hello, sir. Won't you come in?
Well, don't tell me I can recognize you right off the bat. You're Miss Lizzie. I saw your picture all over the Time magazine under Modern Living. I'm Judge Connors from Oklahoma.
Ah, yes, Oklahoma. That's south of here, isn't it? How do you do, Judge?
Well, it sure is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise, I'm sure. Vi has told me so little about you.
Well, but I know all about you. Time magazine said some mighty fine things about you. They call you the status symbol of America.
Well, they're just such dears over there at Time. Judge, why don't you sit down? Can I offer you some coffee?
Now, I don't believe in beating around the bush, so I'll come directly to the point. I got me a little old place back home in Oil City. I'd be much obliged if you decorate.
Oil City?
First-class transportation, all expenses paid, finest suite of rooms at the Prairie Dog Hotel, and $10,000 for your services.
She accepts your proposal.
I knew you would.
No, wait, just one back-slapping, hand-clapping minute. I did not accept anything.
You mean you're turning me down, Miss Lizzie?
I didn't say that either. And stop calling me Miss Lizzie.
Now listen, Liz.
Look, I promised. I know. Judge, have you been told the terms of my code?
What code are you talking about?
My client code. There are two things which you must agree to before I will work with you. One, I am to be given carte blanche in decorating your house.
Well, you can carte blanche or anything else your little old heart desires. The more expensive, the better.
Oh, and two, I will move into your house and live with you during the period of decoration.
I'll say what?
I live with you. Not that the Prairie Dog Hotel wouldn't be a little slice of heaven, but these are always my terms.
You mean you want to hole up with me and my family?
That is what I mean, partner. You see, staying in the homes of my clients makes it possible for me to get to know them and to decorate their homes to reflect their personalities, assuming, of course, they have one.
Well, I never heard such a crackpot idea in all my born days. But if that's what it takes to get you to Oil City, then I guess I can extend my hospitality. Is it a deal?
It is a deal.
I could cry.
So could I.
Well, I better get on my horse. I gotta catch a plane in an hour for home. We'll be expecting you no later than Monday morning, Liz. You hear?
I'll be there. Bye, Judge.
Goodbye, all.
Bye, Judge. Phew.
Oh, well, shut my mouth, Vi-o-lee. I do believe Miss Lizzie's on her way to Dixie. So I'll just sashay on into my chiffrel and put a few duds in my valise. Nothing fancy, just a cool cotton print and my big Panama hat to protect me from the merciless glare of the southern sun.
This is Oklahoma, not Georgia.
Gracious, Judge, I couldn't drink another julep. I simply couldn't drink another julep. I couldn't drink another julep, Judge Connor, or I'll be gone with the wind.
Welcome everyone to Oil City. Oil City, the best city in the whole place. Oh, yes, indeed. Now, let me tell y'all, I am not keen on you marrying my Missy Lou, because, boy, you got a terrible mark on you. You're poor. That's mighty bad to be poor in a rising economy. Why, it's downright un-American.
Judge, you were poor once.
Well, that's why you make me nervous. I can't stand poor folks.
But Albert.
Don't cross me, Mama. There's two things I can't stand, being crossed and being poor.
But Daddy, once Jim marries me, he'll be rich.
Well, that makes me more nervous.
Judge, I hope you don't think I'm marrying your daughter for her money. Why, I wouldn't take a penny of it.
Well, that's another thing wrong with you, boy. You're stupid. Now, Mabel, that is enough, Mama. There's 3 things I can't tolerate: being stupid, being crossed, and being poor.
But the children are in love.
Yes, Daddy.
Yes, Sir Judge.
Well, I see I can't fight all 3 of you, so I got me a little surprise. Since I'm not going to be able to call a halt to this marriage, I decided to help you all out a bit. You know that old farmhouse out yonder? Well, as a wedding present, I hired the most expensive decorator I can find to fix it up for y'all.
But Daddy, Jim and I want to find a small apartment somewhere in town. We want to live our own lives.
Yeah, that's right, Judge.
Oh, hogwash. Your mom and I lived out yonder for years.
Don't cry, Missy.
Well, now that's fine. I don't want to hear one more word on the subject. Now, Jim, you best be getting back to your job, boy.
Yes, sir.
Missy, I'm going to drive you and your mama downtown. I want you to try on a wedding dress I got picked out for you.
Well, but couldn't you just let her pick out her own wedding dress?
Don't argue with me, Mama. There are 4 things I cannot tolerate: being cross, being stupid, being poor, and being argued with.
Well, there it is, ma'am. The finest house in Oil City.
What time do Roy and Dale ride out? Oh, I loathe to say it, but what a dump. Help me, dear Hack, and let's empty this old barn.
Oh, all right, Miss Lizzie. I'll start with the...
Well, thank you. Now, what do you suppose this could be?
Oh, that's buffalo hide.
Oh, I thought it was unworn linoleum.
Oh, I sure do hate to hear what the judge is going to say when he sees what you've done.
Oh, my dear man, he has nothing to say in the matter whatsoever. He has engaged me to redo his house, and that is exactly what I'm doing.
Wait. What is going on here? What in the name of Jupiter do you think you are doing to this my glorious antiques? Putting that on the porch.
Judge. Hello, Judge. You must be Mrs. Connors. I'm Liz.
Oh, it's such a great pleasure.
Thank you.
Woman, have you lost your mind?
You agreed. Carte blanche.
But this is the wrong house. I hired you to do the farmhouse.
But what about this monstrosity?
It is my pride and joy.
Ma'am, the meter is up to $254.75.
Who in blue blazes are you?
Airport taxi, and my meter's still running.
Charge it. Come on, Judge. Let's take a look at that farmhouse. And driver, give yourself a big tip and send the bill to the judge.
Thank you.
Come on over here to the farmhouse, y'all. Originally, it was an old farmhouse. My wife fixed it up 30 years ago with odds and ends, mostly left over from my grandparents.
Well, it must have been an utterly charming room in its day.
Well, then when I struck it rich, I built the big house and I decorated that myself. I want you to do an expensive overhaul in this place so as I can make a big show of presenting it to my daughter and her poor boyfriend. Then I'm going to throw a big old chuck wagon unveiling party so he's really get the picture.
I'm afraid I don't get the picture.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. You see, I don't approve of my little gal marrying that poor nobody. I got bigger plans for her than that. And once you start putting fancy ideas in her head about how to live high and wide and handsome,
The poor boy will be so intimidated that the wedding will be called off.
now you get the picture.
Now I get the picture.
You're a shrewd gal, Liz. You my kind of people. Or somebody's in for a big surprise.
Oh, you're just wildcatting about that, Judge. Somebody is in for one rooting tooting surprise. Oh.
Oh, oh, Missy, it's so sweet. Oh, Liz. Oh,
Perfect. Absolutely fab.
oh my goodness. Oh, Liz, you were so right. Oh,
And with pink gloves and hat?
yes,
Right.
yes. Oh, it couldn't be simpler or sweeter.
Oh, Liz, thank you. I'm so happy. And I just know Jim's going to be too.
Why don't you try it on again?
Oh, you've done so much. Oh, sorry.
Well, oh, you've done so much to change this place for the better. Liz, I do admit, but I hate to see you change the farmhouse. I mean, don't misunderstand me. I trust your taste. It's just that,
It's just that you and the judge were so happy living there in those days.
we haven't been as happy or as close since. But he was a different man then. I wish you could have known him. He was so gentle and understanding.
What in tarnation is going on here?
To whom are you yelling?
I'm yelling at you, you interfering.
Watch it!
The department store just called my office and said you canceled the wedding dress I picked out and advised Missy to buy some $29.95 cotton rag. She can't get married in that.
Not only can she be married in it, she can wear it repeatedly afterwards instead of packing it away uselessly in mothballs to please her pig-headed papa.
You are without a doubt the most infuriating female I have met in my whole life.
You're not the first person to say that, Judge.
And I've had just about enough of you and your code, living and breathing under my coattail for 2 weeks, butting into everything that don't concern you, sticking your nose where it don't belong,
Judge,
and influencing my wife and my daughter and criticizing my extravagantly beautiful home. In short, doing everything except what I am paying you a fortune to do.
Judge, the farmhouse is finished.
It is.
It is. The entrance is sealed with a bow and a ribbon, which you are not to cut until after your low-down, hoe-down, or whatever it is you plan to throw.
A chuck wagon steak dinner.
Well, you can chuck it whenever you're ready, including tonight.
Then it'll be tonight. The sooner the better suits me.
Ditto, yours truly.
Anything to get rid of you.
And you will be rid of me right after the unveiling, for I shall be on my way to California for a glass of orange juice and a psychiatrist.
Woo! This is one heck of a party, Judge.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate that. All right. Calm down. Now, where's Jim? There he is. Jim, my boy. Jim, since you're practically in the family, I guess it's only right that you should know how much all this celebrating is costing.
Daddy, please.
I can tell you it cost me a pretty penny to have this party catered on such short notice. And I bet you can't guess how much I paid to have that farmhouse remodeled. Go on. Take a guess.
I'm sorry, Judge. I had no idea.
Go on, guess.
Albert?
Daddy, you're embarrassing him.
Well, don't interrupt me, Missy. That's what a husband is for, to give his wife the best. Otherwise, he's not much of a man, is he, boy?
Missy, be a darling and come help me powder my nose.
When are we gonna look at the farmhouse?
Later.
Bye, Mama.
Goodbye, sugar.
Come on, Missy.
Mabel, what the heck is wrong with you? She's just going to the powder room.
Better get
Women.
going too, Jim.
Women are crazy. Why is the taxi driver still here?
Well, the fare just
You
it's
came to
about
the party?
$728. Well, I can't get back at the moment. I don't have
Charge it, son. She said to charge it. Just charge
Oh.
it to the judge. Talk to my banker. I don't handle
Okay.
shit like that.
I just don't want the tall lady to yell at me.
Sheesh. I don't want the tall lady anywhere near me. You take her back to the airport with you?
Okay. Don't be frightened, Missy. I'll take care of everything on this end.
Liz, how can I ever thank you?
Oh, you already have, dear. I only wish I were your age and doing exactly the same thing. Jim, here are your tickets and all the information you'll need.
Thanks, Liz. And I'll pay you back. I'm able to take care of Missy, too. And me.
I'm sure you are, but those tickets are a wedding present from me.
Liz, tell me the truth. Do you think I'm doing the right thing?
I've missed a lot of buses in my life. Don't you miss this one. Goodbye, Missy. Goodbye, Jimmy.
Goodbye.
Eloped?
You got it, Albert.
I ought to have you put behind bars.
But Albert,
And you, her accomplice, my own wife.
but Albert.
Judge, Jim and Missy are in love.
Love? They're not even dry behind the ears yet.
We were married at the same age. We were married and we went to live in the farmhouse.
The farmhouse! I completely forgot.
Oh, Jupiter only knows what you've done to that. Probably stole some of my original ideas.
Never! That would be criminal. Now, let's mosey on down to that farmhouse, shall we?
Righty. How do you get this confounded ribbon contraption you closed up the door with loose?
Why don't you untie it? Or would you rather chew it in two?
Why?
Wow, it's like stepping into the past.
But you haven't done anything. It looks exactly like it did when we were newlyweds.
Our past, Albert. Our past.
I tried to make it look exactly as it was 30 years ago. It's been mended, scrubbed, and polished.
I didn't pay you no $10,000 just so as you could play maid. Well, wait, what are you two women doing wrong around? What's going on around here?
Here, Mabel, catch.
Oh, look at this. Oh my God, the slipper stocks I crocheted for Albert 3 decades ago.
They were tucked away and forgotten. Now, grab a leg and get those on him.
Yes.
What do you two hellions think you are doing?
Oh my goodness, Papa.
Them woolies sure do feel good on my feet.
Judge, am I forgiven?
I hate to admit it, Liz, but I think I underpaid you.
Glory, hallelujah! And now, Albert, dear heart, I have a surprise for you. I always give an end-of-the-job gift to my clients, something that I believe is truly meant for them. This is from me to you. It looks like an oil rig, but it's a giant drink fountain.
Oh,
That's the most magnificent creation I ever saw. Does it spout real oil?
100 proof.
ooh. Oh,
Next time you come to Oil City, I might just have to give you a chance at the big house.
Oh.
yeah, Daddy.
Come back, Dad.
Vroom,
Oh, yes.
Oh. Now, isn't that just beautiful? The honeymooners canoodling on the beach.
Well, it was quite unnerving having to meet your honeymooners at the terminal. All those sailors, my dear. I have never been to a bus station in my life.
And I'm little Mary Sunshine.
Hi.
Hi, little girl.
Hello.
How's your hateful house?
I gave it a moat. I decided you were right.
Of course I was right. I'm always right.
You are?
Take it on faith. Now, if you have a moat, you must have a drawbridge.
Don't touch my house.
It's silly. If you have a moat and a castle, you have to have a drawbridge, for crying out loud.
I don't want a drawbridge.
How ridiculous. Who ever heard of a moat without a drawbridge, for crying out loud? After all, I am a decorator. I know more about castles than you do. I know what I'm talking about. And I don't care if you say you don't want one. You're getting a drawbridge.
Hey, everybody. That is The Decorator. It's the pilot episode from the 1960s. Thank you so much to this cast for jumping in and reading. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We would love to talk about this show because it was pretty amazing. So I'm going to have everyone pop back in. And if there's anyone watching live who wants to get in the comments and either thank you, Eben. We have a round of applause from Eben. Thank you, Kayla. And so, yeah, if there's any trivia about the show or little bits of information, we would love to chat about that with you. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching.
Theo and Kevin, Timmy Beaverhausen, little Missy Lou, Daniel Dragoni, Sally Dymek, Alvin Urbano. Thank you so much. Are we all in the beach house now?
Yes.
It's the best place to be.
It is.
Yeah.
The most funniest faces, since I know I'm gonna show this to all my friends.
Aw.
Whoever's watching,
Thank you for that.
It's kid friendly. It's a kid
Oh,
friendly
hold on.
episode.
We can do a close up.
Oh,
Aw.
there you go. Very nice. He looks just like me.
I
Yeah.
mean, no, you're insulting yourself.
Speaking of insults, what was our favorite? What was our favorite line from this? You said something at the end. Tim.
Huh?
I was trying to think of all the insults that are in this. How's your hateful house? That's the one I was.
That was
trying
my favorite line. How's your hateful house to the little kid? Your hateful
Just
house.
a little kid. I'm like 5 years old.
I don't
Yeah, well, you need a moat and a drawbridge, kid.
No one asked.
But it seems Bette Davis gets her way.
Yes.
So she gives them the house they need, not the house they want.
That's
Um,
right.
I'd love to know who the next guest stars lined up would be.
serious.
I know.
It must be so expensive though. You'd have to create an entire new set
House. Yes,
Yeah.
a new set.
person.
Which could be one of the reasons why it would never got bought. They're like, are you kidding?
I know. She did, and then you have to have a before and after for each set.
Right.
And then they had that monstrous house in the first place to decorate and undecorate and decorate. But I thought it's really like a film. You know, it's like it's not 3 cameras in a studio. It's like I think it's pretty modern. Like this is
Yes, and they were all theater actors. You could tell they were
You definitely could.
strong. They kept taking the stage and being the center of attention and just owning it. I mean, it was wonderful.
Yeah, she did a lot of pilots, I guess, but I think she took it personally that this one never went. So you had said today that Mary, is it Wilkes?
Yeah, Mary Wilkes.
That I didn't know she had such a long
Yes, like
career.
the 90, 120 movies. She had,
Wow.
she had, and some of her last were before she went into then working in doing voiceovers for animation and cartoons. Oh, thank you. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah.
Yes, they did a few movies together, including the very first the play that Mary Wilkes had done on Broadway and then took to the movies, The Man Who Came to Dinner with Monty Woolery, and Bette Davis was in that too with her.
Oh wow.
Yes,
Mary
I love
Wilkes
that movie.
was also she was
Friday.
Shirley MacLaine's mother and Meryl Streep's grandmother in Postcards from the Edge.
that's right.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh
Such a
yeah,
great
that
movie.
was a
Good one.
good movie.
Girl got
Yeah.
around.
Accusing those girls of always putting on airs, using big words like gesture and guest.
And then
And
as you said,
Sister Act. We can't forget
yes,
Sister Act.
Yes.
both sister acts 1 and 2.
Yes.
Well, I don't think she can be in the third one.
Yeah.
Well, she was the
Sure.
choir master, and she was very insulted that thought Whoopi was an insider that was going to come in and take her job away.
When in fact, she made it better.
Yes. But she
Just
said at
like-
the end, go ahead, take over, go ahead, make it better. It's your job now.
4 hopes now.
Did you all get to watch the episode on on
little.
YouTube?
a little bit.
No. I love Bette Davis's line readings are wild.
I didn't
Yes.
watch it because I didn't want
Oh.
her in my head.
That makes
Oh.
sense.
I saw it once, like years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. Darren found it somewhere, and I just decided if I was going to do this, I didn't want to have her stuck in my head because
Yeah.
I can't do Bette Davis.
My favorite of hers is the "Why don't you chew it in two?"
and breakfast is for truck drivers and
Yeah.
construction workers.
It's a deal. It is a deal. But, yeah, you have to go back and just hear her line readings.
I will watch it now.
Yeah. It's available here on YouTube, the very same network that we're on.
Yes,
Yes. Same network. Just keeping it all in house.
Hmm.
that's right.
Angling for a job in marketing, are you?
Apparently, the press dubbed her the 4th Warner brother. She should be a Warner sister. She can be sisters with Dot from Animaniacs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knew Bette Davis was an Animaniac?
Yeah.
Cool.
4th Warner brother. I'm not getting. I don't know why that would.
No.
She was one of the studio's biggest moneymakers. Okay, so that's why they called her the 4th Warner brother. All right.
Okay. For the
A little bit of a
most part.
stretch.
Yeah.
And all her
Oh.
movies are on YouTube too. Somebody
That's
put
so
all of her movies like.
Oh
on-
wow.
Yeah, I just was looking this afternoon. I was like, "You mean I could have watched all these?"
I love her
Darn it.
interviews
I
too,
mean-
where she.
Oh
On the
yes.
screen that Dad is on right now, she's making a really weird face, like
Mm.
That's why she's unique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I love when she talks about, well, sort of when she talks about Faye Dunaway.
Oscar.
Oh yes. I was surprised.
Oh yeah.
Never will I raise my glass to Faye Dunaway.
Just ignore my
But-
glass.
But she's old school. I mean, I mean, I love watching her interviews because nothing she ever says is ever mean or like wrong. She just tells the truth all the time.
Yes.
And she's from
Oh,
the
yeah.
type of acting where you're on time. You're, making tells you when they're ready, and when you're ready, like, you know your lines are on time, and she just, anyone else who isn't that.
Yes.
So
Who played in All About Eve with her?
Ian Blythe?
Joan
Or
Crawford.
McCall?
Who?
Joan Crawford.
No, the
Anne
younger,
Blythe?
no, the younger woman.
Hmm.
Remember, because it was the whole thing was that
Look it up, Kevin and Theo.
she was Margot Channing, and then
Molly,
Eve
my
was
mother
coming
always
and
told me
kind
to
of
speak
taking her
for
place. The
Ann
ingenue
Baxter.
takeover.
And back
Evan
Ann
has it.
Baxter.
Ann
Oh,
Baxter.
sorry.
Thank you,
Oh,
Evan.
also
Much
shout
too
out
slow.
to Eben. Hi.
Evan.
That was the whole
Evan.
thing.
Hi.
That whole rivalry, and that Anne was coming for her job and
miss you.
taking her space. And then when, at the end of her career, when
Good.
Bette Davis did the television program Hotel, which was produced by Aaron Spelling, and then I think
Yes.
she had a stroke and had to leave and got replaced by Ann Baxter, which I thought was just genius casting.
I'll give this really quick.
I hadn't heard this one before. While filming Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, Davis had a Coke machine installed on
Yeah.
set because Crawford was the widow of Pepsi's CEO.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Did you guys watch that show, The Feud, where they had Susan Sarandon and Jessica Lange play the
Yep.
two of them?
Was that scene in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's on Prime or Hulu. It's on Prime or Hulu.
Yeah.
It's another
Really
network.
good.
It's on another network. You
Another
Oh,
guys
another
don't-
network. That's
So
right.
good.
Also, I'm probably
Over there.
this to my friend Charlie, so that's for you, Charlie, and you know what
Okay.
for.
Uh-oh.
Thank you. Wade.
Harley
Betty,
gets raspberry.
Betty Davis is taking over.
I know
and
Yeah.
spirit of
Really
it.
Channeling.
roll.
channeling.
Careful, Timmy. He's
Yeah.
coming for you.
Oh my.
Just chew it into. All right. Does anyone have a last Betty Davis impression before we head out? We can do a round.
But I do pretty good impressions.
Kevin.
He was willing to do an impression, even though he hasn't ever seen Betty Davis.
That can be the best one.
Yeah. Let her rip.
She was like the
Or let her rip. Let her rip.
not John Malkovich. Who else? Who has very interesting line readings? Not I was thinking Malkovich and
For Walken.
Christopher Walken. Yeah, put
Oh,
them
God.
together, make them female. You got Betty Davis. There you go. That helped him a lot. Did you see?
I didn't even watch it.
Well then,
On that note,
everyone. On that note, I hope you all go back to your hateful houses.
I'm putting in a moat.
And the
back to your
drawbridge.
moats, and have a lovely night.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us,
You have to
everyone.
You have to get to Charles Boyer's house.
Podcast tonight. Oh yes, we'll be
Get to
late.
work.
We mustn't be
Good
late.
night,
right.
everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye. And off screen.